Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. I'm getting started making breakfast. This is going to be a day in the life video, but I'm also going to focus today on organization in small spaces. We do homeschool and we don't have a separate homeschool room, so I'm going to be talking about that a little bit today as well, along with some meal ideas and homemaking. This was a Monday and I was getting breakfast together before Gary had to leave to go out of town. Katie was home as well, and I am making omelets. As y'all know, if you've been here for a while, I'm a very messy omelet maker. They taste good, but they look awful. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Colleen and I make homemaking and simple living videos. My goal for each week is to make a relaxing video for you. If you enjoy that type of content, please subscribe, and we look forward to meeting you in the comments. Gary frequently travels for work, and this week he is leaving on Monday and coming back on Thursday. He loved the forest and was known to spend weeks exploring the wilderness on the western border of the British English colonies. He was also familiar with Native Americans and their ways. Sophie and I are working on school. Right now I'm reading history to her while she is coloring in one of her other subjects. She likes to have something to do with her hands while we're doing a read aloud. We are less than 3 weeks from finishing our school year. At that time we're going to take a break for the rest of May, and then in June we'll start 3-day weeks for most of the summer. We're going to take a few weeks off here and there when we have guests from out of town. And that's what I usually do in the summer, just because we have the least amount of regression if we do school pretty much year round, with a few weeks off here and there, but no extremely long breaks like a regular 8 or 10 week summer break. I thought I would show y'all, since I haven't shown this in a while, just our simple way that we organize our homeschool. So we don't have a homeschool room. This is just our dining room. And Sophie and I, as you know, sit here at the table and do our schoolwork. Sometimes we go outside and sit out here on our porch and do our schoolwork here. And then sometimes we go all the way outside and we put our cushions out over here, and we sit out here in the sun or under the umbrella and do our school here as well. So that's the way we handle school. I keep everything that we're currently using in this little box. I got this on Amazon, and I think the brand is called Arteza. But I keep some supplies here. Sophie's glasses, which she doesn't usually like to use them. It's really debatable whether they help her at all, so I don't require her to wear them. We keep her crayons there, and then we have some markers, a glue stick, and some pencils that she uses. And then this is all the things that we're currently using or going to be using. So this is the reader that she's using. These are all of the Aces Paces. So this is the math book. I usually just keep it open to where we are. And then this is the score book that goes with it, the literature and creative writing, and like the teacher's guide for that. English and the English teacher's guide, the spelling and the spelling teacher's guide. And then usually when we start a new workbook, I go ahead and pull out all the tests and the test score keys, just because it's a little bit easier to use the book without them in the middle. So these are tests that relate to the work that she's currently doing. And then this is our history book that we're using. This is the first Bible unit that we're going to be doing, although we're not starting this until probably August, but I already have it in here. And then this is marine biology, which we're going to be starting in June, so I already have that in there as well. So because these are so small and they're just units instead of an entire book, I can easily fit all of the stuff that we're using at any one time in here. And so then if we go outside or somewhere else, we can just pick this up and take it with us. So that is like our daily, what we're using. And then over here in this buffet, I kind of moved my china and some other stuff kind of just to one side. We don't really use that very often, just on holidays. And this middle one is where we keep all of the workbooks. So these right here are the ones that we're going to be using for the rest of the school year and then over the summer. And this also, it looks like a lot, but each one also has a teacher's guide. So like there's 2 more math workbooks left, but you have 4 because you also have a teacher's guide for every one. So this is all for, that she'll finish all of this probably by early August. And then from here through the rest of these, that's what she'll use next school year, and probably will finish those. I'm going to guess a lot of those will be done by like December. And again, these also include the teacher's guides for each one. This is the rest of the Bible right here. This is the next level of math, next level of spelling, English, and the creative writing. So that's all of her stuff there. And then these are our 2 science units here for the rest of the year. And I'm just keeping them all in here. So that's like all the curriculum for next year, at least through December. If we move to another level after December, then I'll have to order that stuff. But this is all the science for the year, all the Bible for the year. Like I said, our history for the year is in this little box. And then these are just all of the language arts and math. And one thing I do like about these is the workbooks themselves. You know, they're used up once you do the work, so they can just be recycled. What I do keep for portfolios is just all of the tests. So this is our box where we kind of turn in our work, and it sits here until I put it in the portfolio. Down here we just have some blank paper. We also charge the homeschool computer down here, and then we have our pencil sharpener, some coasters. And then on this other side, this is where I am keeping the readers that we'll be moving to next. So these are the next 4. So we usually take a week or 2 to read one of these readers. She's moving through them a lot quicker now because her reading has improved so much. So it's just, you know how it is with a really new reader. It's just really kind of painful, to go through. But it's getting a lot better, and I think she's enjoying what she's reading a little bit more now because they have more stories with them. And then this is stuff for science and art, and I keep this down here just so that we can access it very easily. I also have like a little individual whiteboard back there, which we don't use that as much anymore, but we still have it down here. So this is like just all of our day-to-day school stuff where we can get to it very easily. I still have a little bit of school stuff left over here. Our portfolio, as well as some readers that we'll be moving into. And then I also have some curriculum that we were using and we're no longer using, like the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Level 2, and then also the math lessons for living education. I still have those over there, and a whole bunch of readers, which we will eventually get to these. She's just probably ready for these Level 2. And that's our portfolio. So at the end of the year, I'll move everything into that, and then that'll go upstairs. So we have this kind of lofted area up here outside of our guest room / office, and this is where I keep the rest of our homeschool stuff up here. All the portfolios of Sophie. We kind of put one together for all of Katie's school, and then this is all the empty ones we had after we kind of recycled her school. We got a lot of our books and puzzles and games, things like that. Some of these older books that my mom gave me, they're like school books, and just other curriculum that I have up here. So this is where I keep kind of like our long-term storage for homeschool, the stuff that we don't need every day, but I don't want to get rid of it. I had gotten this for our marine biology unit, and then also this for geology So I'm going to go ahead and bring those downstairs because we will be using them for the next school year. But yeah, this is where we keep everything else. So this is kind of how we store our school stuff in a small space without an actual dedicated homeschool room. And this is really not even a room in our house. It's just kind of like a walkway that happens to have a wall. So we just kind of put up a sign that says library, put our shelves up here, and kind of we're able to use an otherwise unusable space because that's our guest room right there. Sophie and I finished school, right? What have you got? Going to the library. We usually go on Fridays, right? But we didn't make it. We didn't make it on Friday. So we're gonna go today. I'm waiting to hear from Gary because he made his first flight, but that actually they changed the time on it. So his connecting flight he was going to miss, but then that original flight got in earlier than it said it would. So now he's trying to get back on that original flight because otherwise he has to wait until like 6 o'clock tonight to take his second flight to Kentucky. He's going to Kentucky this week, right? Are you happy about the library?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and go so we can get back. It's already 2:37, later in the day, right?
Feel like summer days to me, warm, tender, sunny rays. I hope that we are meant to be.
Sophie and I just got back from the library. We also had to go by my mom's and help her do a couple of things, so we were gone a little longer than we thought we would be. But Sophie wants to show you her books. Got Fancy Nancy and the Dazzling Book Report. Pete the Cat, Scuba Cat. Sheep in a Jeep. That's funny.
Yes.
JoJo and the Twins. Anything with babies, right? Paddington's Day Off. Fox and Socks. And the Cat's Quizzer.
Fox, you're not like socks.
You think that's going to be a good one then?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to pause for a baby update. We have Laura who is doing her schoolwork. She's doing her work. She's working on spelling. We have baby Mary who's watching TV with a panda that, was it Laura? Laura? No, not Laura.
Katie let her borrow.
Baby Katie let her borrow.
Yeah.
Then downstairs we have baby Sophie and baby Katie who went to sleep holding hands, and they have a new big bed. Sophie put a big pillow in there to give them a big bed. And then no one's currently in the bathroom. And then down on the first floor, oh, somebody needs to clean their first floor a little bit. But Mr. Bear is just hanging out in the kitchen.
Holding a toy.
Is he waiting for supper?
No, he's holding a toy.
He's holding a toy and
Yes.
just hanging out.
Yeah, it is a blue toy.
A bluey toy, okay.
Yeah.
So that is the current baby update, what everybody's doing.
Nothing at all when we meet, yet somehow I know your history. Oh, come what may, I'm ready.
So on this night, we just had a very simple supper since Gary was out of town. He had grilled a London broil the night before, and we had a good bit of leftovers. So I just reheated the meat and made some fajitas for the girls and me.
Some dusty dreams, and we seem to find common ground. Guess everyone's
Friends, we'd love to pray for you. If we can pray for you, let us know in the comments below.
about fitting in, what's right or a sin, but as you stand before me, I give in. Picture frames, lavender and pain.
Thanks for being here today, friend. We'll see you next time. Bye.